So Game of Thrones aired last night, and I feel like I need to talk about it. So that's what this video is going to be. I don't know if this is going to be a series, maybe, because I feel like I probably bug my husband a lot with this stuff. So I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Game of Thrones as it airs. So last night was the season premiere of Game of Thrones. It was called The Red Woman, and I was excited for it. Excited is an understatement. I'm a little bit obsessed, but part of me was a little afraid because going into the season, I know that things are going to get spoiled for me. I am a book reader. I only heard about the books because of the show, but I read all of them by the time season 2 had aired. So certain things that happen on the show, and I'm not usually the kind of person that gets like angry about changes made to things. It happens occasionally. The Hobbit movie would be like probably top of my list of things that I hated that were taken from books that I loved. But most of the time I was okay with changes to the TV series of Game of Thrones as opposed to the Song of Ice and Fire series. I was okay with it because I know certain things are hard to create, and there's so many characters, like so many characters. So I get it. I get it. They have to cut plots. They have to just like size things down to work for TV. But oh goodness, people, last night I literally was the most angry over a TV show change. And I mean, yeah. Last season I was a little bit frustrated. This season, I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to talk about things that I thought about while I was watching. So, I'm going to start with Jon Snow stuff. I know he's coming back. Like, I know. It's going to happen. I feel it in my being that that's going to happen. He's going to be resurrected. As soon as Melisandre gets her crap together, it's going to happen. So, I'm not worried yet. I don't know how long they're going to draw it out, though, but I feel like Davos is going to figure things out. I feel like they're going to really regret what they did. The Night's Watch is going to have some problems. I mean, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but did Jon Snow tell anybody else that his Valyrian steel sword killed a White Walker, killed another? Did that come out besides to Sam? Because I feel like if Sam's the only one that knows that, and Sam's gone, like, that's pretty important information. Not that there's like a slew of Valyrian steel around that they can just like collect and use as weapons, but I mean, that's still good information to have. And nobody else knows. Like, I'm trying to understand where the Night's Watch is coming from, but like, you would think after Hardhome and other Night's Watch men seeing that, it wasn't like it was just Jon. He wasn't the only one there. There was other people from the Night's Watch with him. So like, you would think after that, the rest of the group would get on board. And what's wrong with you? How do you not know that this is a problem? Whatever. I don't know. But I feel like they're gonna protect his body. I feel like Ghost is gonna probably maul some Night's Watchmen. I feel like they're gonna somehow keep Jon Snow safe. Although I had a thought that if he is part Targaryen, and I don't know, I like, what if when they burn him, he comes back that way? I don't know. I don't know, because I know Dany came back through the fire, but I feel like that was blood magic left over from what happened with Khal Drogo and killing the witch. So I don't know if that would actually work for Jon Snow, because obviously Targaryens aren't fireproof. But I do feel like somehow maybe burning his body could have some kind of something. Or at least something that Melisandre could use. And speaking of Melisandre, like, I knew that was going to happen, and I was so excited to see it actually happen. Because in the books, they hint that she's not what she appears to be. But there's no, like, explicit, like, there's this thing when she takes off her necklace. But I've always thought it was a necklace that was her glamour, because in the books there's this whole thing with Mance Rayder that she uses a glamour on him so that he looks like Rattleshirt, and Rattleshirt's actually the one that got killed. As long as he wears Rattleshirt's armor, he looks like Rattleshirt. Like, everyone thinks it's him. So he's able to, like, not get killed, and he has this whole mission in Winterfell. But I feel like that was, like, also telling us that Melisandre can glamour herself to not appear either just ugly, or as her real appearance is that she's really old. So, honestly, I mean, she'd have to be really old to be able to do the things that she does. It would take years and years and years of learning. You're not going to be like a 20-year-old genius priestess. When she started to take off the necklace in the mirror, I was like, oh my god, it's happening! So, theory proven! I was excited that, like, I'd gotten something right. so that was exciting for me. But also kind of sad, because, like, she's totally given up. But I feel like somehow Jon Snow will bring her out of it, I think. So I'm going to talk about Sansa's plot now. I'm excited to see that she's actually going to become, like, a player now, because she's been used so much in the past that I feel like it's not really fair to her anymore to keep getting beat down. So when Brienne came around the corner there, I was just so excited that, like, something good is happening. Finally, Brienne, you had one job, and you're finally going to do it. So I was excited that Brienne was the one to kind of save her, but also that Sansa realized that she could, like, take on this position of power. So I have good feelings about Sansa's storyline this season. I think that she's finally kind of overcome letting other people puppet her around. I'm excited to see when Littlefinger shows up, because I feel like she's going to do some damage there. Because I think she blames him. I hope she blames him, because that was stupid on his part to think that he could, like, just leave her with the Boltons and everything is going to be fine. Brienne and Pod, I feel like they're going to have a really cool storyline this year too to tie in with Sansa. And I'm interested to see where Theon plays into all of this, because I feel like this was his shot at redemption. And I like that he was, like, willing to sacrifice himself for Sansa. Like, he knew that that was maybe the only way he'd ever be okay with himself. And so I'm like, okay, Theon, I might actually start to like you now. A whole lot left to talk about before I get to what made me upset. I feel like Cersei is gonna start killing off the High Sparrow's people. They're all going to be dead by the end of the season, I think, because I feel like she is in probably the darkest place she's ever been. And I mean, that's saying a lot, because she's just a crazy lady. And, like, those were my least favorite chapters to read in the books, because she is freaking crazy and horrible. And everything that comes out of her head is horrible. So for her to be this upset, and for her to be going on trial and having this zombie mountain, I don't know. I think horrible things are going to happen. I predict that she actually burns down the city. She's always threatening to burn down everything. I will burn this city to the ground, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that might actually happen. She may actually do that. She does still have wildfire. They didn't use it all, I don't think, in the Battle of Blackwater. So I think that's going to come back somewhere. So that's going to happen. And I think Marjorie and Loras are probably going to get killed. I feel like definitely Loras. Maybe Marjorie, but maybe not. I don't know. See, there's this whole prophecy thing, and they talked about it last season a little bit. Like, you know, she'll have 3 children, and gold will be their crowns, and gold will be their shrouds. And so I know Tommen's going to die, because the other 2 are dead. Tommen's next, which makes me sad, because Tommen's the only one I really liked. Marcella was okay, but she was like a non-character, kind of. She was just there, so she didn't really have anything to do. She was mostly just a puppet for other people to use. But yeah, I like Tommen. He's adorable. So I'm kind of sad that he's probably going to die. But the other half of that prophecy that they didn't do in the show, and I don't know why not, because it makes so much sense to her thinking, is that she'll be killed by her little brother. A little brother. Because it's the prophecies about the Valancourt, which just means little brother. And the Valancourt will be the thing that kills her. And so, obviously, she's always thought that was going to be Tyrion. But I I don't think it's Tyrion. I mean, I don't know, the whole plot line with the Lannisters right now is kind of bothering me too a little bit, only because it makes their actions make less sense, because Tyrion's supposed to hate Jaime now too, except he doesn't, and Jaime and Cersei aren't supposed to be happy together either, because Jaime's pissed about realizing that Cersei was with other people besides him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about how they're just all still like each other. That's not... I don't see where that's going to go. But I do see that things are going to get pretty ugly in King's Landing. I mean, uglier. They're pretty ugly now. I think they're going to get a lot worse. Okay, and now I'm going to roll back around to what made me really upset last night. And I think if you watched, you're on with you know what I'm talking about. So, the Martells in Dorne. I hated the Dorne plot last season. I feel like that they have wasted that whole thing. That they set the bar too high with Oberyn. He was amazing. The actor that played him was fantastic. And that was just like up here, and then the Sand Snakes and Ilaria is just way down. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think it's just a bad plot line. But then what happened last night, I'm just like, I can't even. Arya Hota is like the greatest warrior in Westeros. He is like the greatest fighter in Westeros right now. Right now. Not ever, but now. And for him to get killed by that little Sand Snake girl with just one stab to the back, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's what kills him. Like, they never even showed him fighting. He never even got one fight scene. All he gets to do is punch Bronn in the nose. Are you kidding me? That's it? Like, that made me so mad. The book plotline with the Martells is so ridiculous, and there's so much there that he is orchestrating this ridiculous plot to get his children on the throne. And it's like really crazy. And they didn't do any of it. Not even a little bit of it. It's not happening at all. And I would have been okay with that if they just didn't bother with Dorne at all. Like, if you're not going to do the real plot, don't even bother with it. Just leave it alone, because you're just going to screw it up. And for Arya Hota to get killed like that is just like, no. That's not how it would go down. No. And for the Sand Snakes to kill off the entire Martell line, I just like, I can't. It doesn't make sense story-wise. Like, why? Like, I honestly think they could have done a better Martell Dorne plot for the show, and it wouldn't have required a whole lot of work. Give Ariane's storyline, which is dumb. If they're going to be doing a show a bit about badass women, where is Ariane? Because that's a badass woman plotline. Hello. And just get rid of Tristan. Or if you have to have Tristan, let him be just a puppet guy who just is there for the sake of whatever. But I don't know, it makes me upset to think that amazing plot is just not happening at all, because they're all dead for no reason. I don't know. And I really freaking hate the Sand Snakes. I don't know if it's the actresses are bad, or if it's their plot they're given is horrible, but it's just all around not working at all. And I don't know. I don't like it. I really hope that it's a small, mini little plot to the season and not an overarching, annoying thing. But, one of the things that I do like is that we went from the Battle of the Five Kings to the Five Queens. And I kind of like that it's a woman's fight now. We got Cersei on the throne, sort of, and Marjorie is the queen. And you've got Sansa in power now, and Brienne, and Melisandre's gonna do some badass shit, I think. And, yeah, so there's a lot of strong women going on right now. I just wish it wasn't the Sand Snakes being a part of it, because they're just not working for me at all. So, So predictions. I think this season we are going to see a lot of death in King's Landing. I think that she's going to start taking down the sparrows. I think by the end of the season she'll have gotten all of them. But I also think that she's going to end up getting killed in all of that. I also think that at her trial, she's going to obviously ask for trial by battle. And is that what it's called? I just lost my train of thought. I wanted to say trial by fire. That's not right. So obviously she's going to ask for the Mountain to fight for her. Robert Strong, whatever you want to call him. He's going to fight for her, but I think the sparrows are going to have something in their back pocket. I think the Valancourt thing is actually the Hound is going to come back. I think that's going to happen. The Hound is going to come back and he is going to fight Robert Strong, the Mountain, whatever, and he is going to win because I think it's going to be a reverse of the Mountain and the Viper. The Hound is going to win and you're going to see the same look that was on Tyrion's face, on Cersei's face, and she's going to realize that she has just put herself in that position and she's not going to get out of it like Tyrion did. So that's going to be something epic to watch. But I think that Dany... Oh yeah, I didn't get to Dany's storyline at all, did I? Yeah. But there really wasn't much to talk about. She's now right back where she started before she hatched her dragons. And, you know, obviously Drogon's going to swoop down and take out some of the Dothraki, but I think not before she kind of convinces some of them to follow her. She needs that army. So I think somehow she's going to wrangle some of the Dothraki to come with her. And I think by the end of the season she's going to be in Westeros. Or at least on her way to Westeros, if not there already. So that's happening. I think by the end of the season we're also going to see a huge, like, the White Walkers are going to get over the wall. I think that's happening. I think they're going to either break the wall or get over the wall. I don't know which one is going to happen, but I kind of feel like the wall is going to come down by the end of the season. And that's going to lead to the chaos of next season. But I think that'll happen. I think Jon Snow is going to come back and he's going to, I don't know. I've read some theories, but I don't think he's going to come back as an other. I think he's going to come back as Jon Stark, because he doesn't have to be Snow anymore. He's going to be reborn as the Stark that he was always meant to be, because obviously he's part Targaryen. Maybe he'll be Jon Targaryen. Ooh, I don't know. But I think he's definitely coming back. And that he's going to be at the head of the fight to hopefully save Westeros from the invasion of the others. And I think Sansa is going to team up with him, too, by the end of the season. I think she's going to be running things in Winterfell, because I think the Boltons are done. I don't really see them lasting a whole lot longer. I feel like that they're going to fall really soon. And so, yeah, I think those are my predictions so far. I don't know. A lot of things are going to happen, and I hope at least some of them I'm right about. I don't know. I hope that the rest of the season is better than that one scene, because, oh, I was so mad. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Did you watch last night? What are your thoughts? Talk to me down below, and tell me what you thought about the show, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!